Hello, everybody. I'm ready to finish out this latest adventure of the X-Men. How about you? Remember, the X-Men are held captive by Lucifer, and Professor X has just been told about the plan for world domination that Lucifer and Dominus have prepared. Remember, Dominus is not a person, it is a gigantic computer. But the X-Men are trapped inside a glass cage. And so that's where we begin our story. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Here are three X-Men, Angel, Marvel Girl, and Cyclops, all trapped in this glass cage. Angel says, "My wings are useless in a situation like this, but I must keep trying. If only we could reestablish mental contact with Professor Xavier. But remember, somehow Lucifer has a mental power that blocks Professor X's communication." And so Marvel Girl also is trying. She says, "It's no use. I can't break free. What about you, Scott?" And look, Cyclops is using his great eye beams, but they are ineffective. Cyclops says negative. Looks as if Lucifer has us right where he wants us. Cyclops asks Angel, "What of Iceman and the Beast? We haven't seen them since we were separated by that man-made whirlpool." Cyclops answers, "We can only hope that they are still free and that somehow they will be able to smash Lucifer's plan, whatever it may be." "Wait," says Marvel Girl, "someone's approaching fast. Who can it be?" Well, it's Dominus's robots carrying Iceman and the Beast. And Marvel Girl sees it's Bobby and Hank, but they've been captured by giant robots. What on earth? "Put these mortals into the cosmic crystalline cube with the others." "All right," says one of the robots. "Hear that? Maybe we'll get our chance yet." And that's the Angel. But Cyclops says, "Careful, Angel. Wait until they open one side of our prison. Then..." But before the X-Men's deputy leader can finish, we're being hurled backwards. And Angel realizes it's some sort of invisible force activated automatically as the opposite side of the cube opens. "We should have known," says Marvel Girl. "They're only toying with us." And so these three X-Men are pressed to one end of the cube while the other end opens so that they can place Iceman and the Beast inside. "Hold. We are receiving a mental call from Lucifer. He demands our presence at once." Okay, that's one robot. The other robot says, "We shall deal with these later." Angel says, "They're treating us as if we're mere caged animals to be dealt with at their leisure." And Cyclops thinks, perhaps that's all we are to them. And Marvel Girl says, "I only hope that the Beast and Iceman are all right. Perhaps together we can manage to escape." Marvel Girl looks them over and says, "They seem to be unhurt, only dazed. What happened to you two?" Bobby says, "I'm not sure, but I feel like the Lincoln Tunnel collapsed on me." "My sensations precisely, my colloquial colleague," says the Beast as he holds his head. But Cyclops says, "Look alive, X-Men. It would appear that we're about to go on a little trip." Then, as a third gargantuan metal form appears, "I was sent to escort the prisoners to a new location while you report to Lucifer." "Excellent, Robot Epsilon, but hurry, for the hour of attack grows near." And so Marvel Girl says, "Our cage is starting to move." Cyclops says, "Sounds as if we haven't much time left. We must do something." Genie Girl, says the Beast, the beginnings of a plan are taking cogent shape in my calculating cranium. Could you project a minuscule amount of telekinetic energy through our glass cage? Marvel Girl says, I think I see what you have in mind, Hank. I'll try. Well, what's the plan? Look! One of the first robots flipped that tiny lever in order to open the front of this cage. Perhaps as we passed by it, I can do the same. So look, she extends her mental power. Click! She adjusts the switch. You did it, Marvel Girl! Then, as the front of the transparent prison silently lowers, the Cyclops says, I think I've located a weak point on the robot's back. If I'm wrong, we're doomed. But he shoots out his eye beam, zapped right at the back of the robot. And look, he seems to be injured. And Beast says, good old Cyclops, always the very soul of optimism. And Angel says, you got him, Scott, but will your blast stop him? The next moment, the high-flying Angel gets his answer as the monstrous creature topples lifelessly to the floor. Yay! Angel says, he's down for the count. You must have short-circuited him. And Cyclops says, this is no time to pat ourselves on the back. Who knows how many more of these things are lurking about? Angel says, one thing's for sure, Psych, a cheerful Charlie you're not. Listen, warns the Beast, we seem to have some sort of alarm. Eeeeee! The alarm sounds, and soon everyone's going to know that the X-Men are free. Just our luck, says Iceman. Knocking out that tin can terror must have done it. Whatever the reason, we're in for it now, says Angel. You're right, says Cyclops, and I've a hunch the rest of them won't give me such a clean shot at them. And the alarm keeps sounding. Eeeeee! What an annoying noise. Somebody turn it off. All right, let's go, says Hank. The bounding beast shall lead the way. And unfortunately, says Marvel Girl, there's just one way we can go, forward, right into Lucifer's own headquarters. And in the central chamber, the fateful alarm does not escape the notice of an angered Lucifer. And that alarm still is going off. Eeeeee! Hopefully somebody will turn it off, right? All right, so Lucifer says, that is the signal that one of your fellow robots has been disabled, doubtless by the infernal X-Men. Go, hunt them down, and show no mercy. We do obey. They shall not escape us. And Professor thinks, I must keep probing deeper, deeper, for the future of humanity hangs in the balance. So, Xavier, you prefer to pretend indifference to the fate of your precious mutants. Then know this, I shall no longer be content merely to recapture them. The X-Men must be destroyed. Meanwhile, 5 grim figures, tense but unafraid in the midst of menace, are approaching ever nearer. All right, Marvel Girl says, it's fantastic. We seem to be wandering through endless corridors of ultra-scientific machinery. Iceman says, all that's missing is Boris Karloff. Who's Boris Karloff? Well, he's a science fiction actor of the old days. And the Beast says, well, he may pop up yet. Quiet, everybody, warns Angel. 2 more robots zooming our way. Cyclops says, out of sight, quick. Then, almost before the wary X-Men can take cover, whew, says Iceman, those babies are traveling like they mean business. And Beast answers, a most grievous understatement, Mr. Drake. Angel asks, when do we stop hiding and start fighting? Cyclops says, soon, Angel, but not yet. So here come the two robots. Zoom! But here comes a thought bolt from the professor. X-Men, this is Professor Xavier. You must do as I direct, without question, without hesitation. Iceman senses telepathic thoughts from the professor. Great, says Angel. Now we'll see some action. Wait till I get my hands on Lucifer. Wait, says Cyclops. Listen, there's more. Under no circumstances, says the professor, must you attempt to damage the gigantic mechanical complex which is called Dominus. Dominus? So that's it. This immense machine itself is the danger to the Earth. We're pledged to defeat it rather than the robots. And so Angel says, check, Cyclops, old boy, and here's a passage which looks like it leads to the very heart of that machine. Let's scramble through it and do some tube smashing while we've got the chance. No, Angel, says Cyclops. That's just what the professor said we mustn't do. He must have some sort of plan. But how do we know that mental command was from the professor? After all, we left him on the surface. I don't know about the rest of you, but this high-flying bird is going to have a look at the menace called Dominus. Cyclops says, Angel, wait. And Marvel Girl says, Warren is right, Scott. Lucifer might somehow be duplicating the professor's telepathic thoughts. Anyway, Psych, says Iceman, we can't afford to take the chance. Oh no, they're not paying attention to Professor X's orders. We always should obey. Emerging in the very center of the colossal subterranean complex, the X-Men suddenly behold. Look at this gigantic room filled with computers. This is Dominus. And Iceman sees Lucifer and Professor X. Then I was right, says Cyclops. The messages were true. But Angel continues to question, were they, Cyclops? The professor is so still, so unmoving, almost as if he's under Lucifer's mental domination. And the beast says, I must concur, my bird-like buddy, that your diagnosis seems most probable. That must be it, says Marvel Girl. Otherwise, why would he just sit there staring unseeingly ahead instead of contacting us again? Think what you will, says Lucifer. You are fools. No matter what actions you may take, you are doomed to fail against a science that comes from the stars. Did you hear that? Says Iceman. He's got to be referring to this monstrous piece of machinery. It's a trick, I tell you, says Cyclops. He's trying to confuse us. And in your case, he succeeded, chum, says Angel. Still, what are we going to do? Asks Marvel Girl. Time is so short. And getting shorter, female, says the beast. Look, our alien antagonist is scurrying for a weapon. Oh, no, you don't, Lucifer, says Marvel Girl. I'll use your own cloak to stop you. And look, Marvel Girl's telekinetic power flips the cape over Lucifer. He says, curse you, Marvel Girl. My robots will yet destroy you all. Maybe and maybe not, says Marvel Girl. I'll keep you so tangled in your cape that you won't be able to call them. At the same instant, Angel soars. He says, that tears it. I'm ripping up everything I can before Lucifer's metallic errand boys show up. No, says Cyclops, you can't. The professor said the results would be disastrous. But disastrous for who? Asks Bobby. Us or Lucifer? Sorry, Psych, but I'm with Angel this go-round. Angel, come back, says Cyclops. Don't force me to stop you. And then he thinks, it's no use. He won't listen. Then I have no choice. What's Cyclops going to do? He has to stop Angel. So he uses his power, Zack, and zaps him right in his back. Says Angel. Before the unbelieving eyes of his fellow X-Men, the deputy leader fires on the flying form above. And someone says he did it. Cyclops stopped the Angel just before he could reach those wires. And Angel says, I'm stunned. I can't fly. Marvel Girl tries her telekinetic power, but she says, oh, I can't slow him down fast enough. Never fear, says the Beast. The Beast is here. Between the two of us, we'll break his fall. And Iceman whips up an icy boulder. He says, I don't know what's got into Cyclops, but here's where I knock it out of him. Oh no, the X-Men are going to start fighting amongst themselves. Even as Hank McCoy lithely catches the plummeting Angel, an angry Iceman hurls his own frigid weapon, only to see, there, my telekinetic power has deflected that chunk of ice. And so Marvel Girl helps by stopping the icy boulder. And Iceman says, Marvel Girl, are you out of your tree? Are you going to let him get away with ray beaming the Angel? And so thap, the boulder falls away. Use your eyes, Iceman, like Jean did, says Cyclops. She knows I only dazed Angel. He'll be all right in a minute. Can't you see? All of mankind is at stake while we battle among ourselves. All I see is that you blasted Angel to protect this machine, answers Iceman. No, Bobby, says Marvel Girl. He was just obeying orders. Professor Xavier knows better than we do how to combat Dominus and Lucifer. If indeed it was the professor who contacted us mentally, which I doubt, says the Beast. And furthermore, what's that sound behind me? Beast, look out! It's one of the robots. Well, I didn't think it was Soupy Sales. While below, a maniacal laugh arises from the throat of the fallen Lucifer, free at last of Marvel Girl's telekinetic attack. Good! The first of my 5 surviving robots dies for the kill. Destroy the mortals, Robot Delta, at any price. Not one of the accursed X-Men must remain alive. However, before the angered alien can finish, scrack! A noble try, my frenzied friend, says the Beast, but it's obvious you do not possess the amazing agility of the nimble Beast. Holy smoke, says Iceman. The robot was completely demolished and the machine was unharmed. But I don't understand, says Marvel Girl. Why did the robot attack so recklessly that it was destroyed? Cyclops says that's it, the secret of the professor's telepathic warning. Uh-oh, says Hank. Save it for later, Scotty boy. Here comes another one. And it's heading straight for Angel. Duck, Warren. Warren says, I can't move. My wings are still numb. The robot says, first the helpless one, and then the others. And he dive bombs the Angel. Zip! As 2 powerful metal hands reach out for the stricken X-Man, here comes Cyclops with his eye beam. Thanks, Psych, says Angel. You came through in a pinch. That almost makes me forget that you made me such a vulnerable target in the first place. Well, of course, it wasn't Cyclops. It was the Angel who disobeyed. All right. I can't explain that now, Warren. That intense energy blast left me weak also. Quickly, Bobby, a curved ice shield. It's our only hope. And you don't know how sorry I am to hear you say that, Cyclops, because here come 3 remaining robots moving fast. And so B says, hurry, Angel. Right, everybody on this platform, on the double. So all 5 X-Men are going to gather around Bobby. And here come three robots firing simultaneously their rays from their fingertips. Lucifer commands us to attack with full force. Destroy, destroy. Then astoundingly, thoom! And so, Iceman says it worked. My ice shield deflected their deadly rays so that they hit the machine, and it fired them back at Lucifer's mechanical chums. Just think, if the shield hadn't been curved, the blast might have hit more solidly and probably broken through. Perish the thought, says Beast. But look what happened. The powerful beams from the robot hit the ice shield, bounced up against the machine, and then bounced back against the robots. Below, for the first time since the conflict began, Professor X speaks. Your robots are finished, Lucifer. Your scheme is ended. It was your doing, Xavier, you and your accursed X-Men, but I shall yet live to have my revenge. Bleep, 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 bleep. Wait, that noise. The Supreme One calls. Slowly, haltingly, like a man in a dream, the defeated alien mounts the dais before a giant screen. Agent 1, says the Supreme One, why have the ACTI signals from the robots ceased? Lucifer answered, it is because they have been demolished, Supreme One, by an advanced band of Earthlings. I have no excuses. I only ask for mercy at your hands. Mercy? You dare ask mercy after sacrificing the Ultra robots, without which Dominus is useless, without which our other enslaved worlds will rise in revolt? This then shall be your fate. You shall be banished to a nameless dimension where neither time nor space exists. No, no, says Lucifer, you cannot sentence me thus. After I have given you conquests for countless years, you cannot. And Hank asks, Professor, are you all right? We were afraid. Yes, I am fine, Hank, answers the professor, but I'm afraid Lucifer won't be in a few seconds. The next moment, there is a sudden, blinding glare, a tumultuous rushing of air, and swoosh! And Lucifer realizes, I'm vanishing, being hurled into eternal exile. Help me, X-Men, help me. And the X-Men look and they realize the shaft of light, it reappeared. Dominus is being drawn back into space, and Lucifer is fading into nothingness. There's nothing we can do. Then, as the beam fades away, a weary Professor Xavier answers the unspoken questions of his weary charges. He says, my probing revealed that Dominus would resist all your efforts to destroy it, hurling back any force used against it. That is why I told you to concentrate on the robots who were indispensable to its operation. Meanwhile, I managed to pierce Lucifer's mental screen at close range and led him to command the robots recklessly. And Angel says, then that's why you seem so distant, as if you were under his control. Correct, Angel, says the professor. I could not relax my willpower long enough to explain things further to you. And so they leave the Mesa on their little hovercraft, returning to their plane, and then to return home. And Cyclops says, we saved the cause of human freedom on Earth, Professor, and never learned from where our enemy came. Professor says, true, Cyclops, but still we won, and that, after all, is the only thing of importance. And so we come to the end of this saga of the X-Men versus Lucifer, the Supreme One, and Dominus. All right, and so The X-Men have saved the world again. So we've come to the end of another adventure. And so I'm eager to see what adventures we enter into next. All right, until then, lots of love to you all. Bye bye.